Day 1 of DFINC. The holographic display flickered as Admiral Harrison studied the tactical map showing humanity's remaining colonies. 6 months ago, there had been 14 thriving settlements beyond Earth's solar system. Now only 3 remained, each under siege by the Galactic Concordat's vastly superior forces. "They're methodically wiping us out," Harrison said, his weathered face illuminated by the pulsing red warning indicators. "Titan colony has maybe 2 weeks before their defenses fail." Director Way of Earth's Unified Defense Initiative nodded grimly. "The Concordat promised peaceful integration when they discovered us. Instead, they're systematically destroying everything we've built beyond our home system." "Because we refuse to be subjugated," Harrison replied. "Every other species they've encountered accepted their terms. Technological restrictions, resource taxation, limited expansion rights. We were the first to say no." The chamber door slid open as Commander Ilara Chen entered, her uniform crisp despite the exhaustion evident in her eyes. At 35, she was considered young for her rank, but after distinguished service in Earth's naval forces and 3 successful engagements against Concordat scout ships, she had earned both respect and a reputation. "Commander Chen reporting as ordered, sir." Harrison gestured to an empty seat. "You're familiar with our situation. The Concordat outnumbers us 100 to 1, with technology centuries beyond our public capabilities." Chen noted his emphasis on public. Rumors had circulated among high-ranking officers about classified projects, developments kept hidden even from most of Earth's government. "Which brings us to why you're here," Director Wei said, activating the secure data terminal. "What do you know about Project Prometheus?" "Only whispers, ma'am. Some kind of advanced weapons platform." Harrison laughed without humor. "A bit more than that. For the past 15 years, while we publicly negotiated with the Concordat, we've been developing something in secret." The holographic display shifted to show a massive ship unlike any Chen had seen before. Sleek and obsidian, it resembled a predator rather than the utilitarian vessels of Earth's defense fleet. "The HSS Defiant," Wei said with quiet pride. "Humanity's first true warship, built with technologies we've kept hidden from alien observation. Adaptive shield systems that grow stronger under attack. Energy weapons based on principles even the Concordat hasn't mastered." Chen studied the specifications with growing amazement. "This is impossible. We don't have this technology." "We do," Harrison said. "We've had it for decades, developed in isolation, and kept off all networks. When the first alien signals were detected 50 years ago, Earth's governments made one unanimous decision: prepare for the worst while hoping for the best. The Concordat believes they're dealing with a primitive species barely capable of interstellar travel." Wei added, "That misconception is our only advantage." Harrison fixed Chen with an intense gaze. "The Defiant is ready for deployment, Commander, and you're going to be her captain." 3 days later, Commander Chen stood on the bridge of the Defiant as it prepared for its maiden voyage. The ship hummed with power beneath her feet, systems far more advanced than anything publicly acknowledged by Earth's governments. "Final systems check complete," reported Lieutenant Commander Raj, her newly assigned second-in-command. "All stations report ready." Chen nodded, surveying her bridge crew. 12 of Earth's finest officers, selected not just for their skills, but for their ability to adapt to technologies they'd never trained on. "Mission parameters, Captain," asked Tactical Officer Santos. "Titan Colony has sent a distress signal," Chen replied. "Concordat forces have broken through their outer defenses. We're going to ensure they don't take the colony." "One ship against how many?" Raj asked carefully. "Intelligence estimates 37 Concordat vessels of various classes," Chen said, watching her crew exchange glances. "I know what you're thinking. This isn't a suicide mission. The Defiant was built specifically to change the rules of engagement." As she spoke, a message flashed on her command console, a personal communication from Admiral Harrison. "The Concordat believes humans are technologically inferior, militarily weak, and will surrender rather than face extinction. Chen read aloud to her crew. Today, we prove them wrong on all counts. The future of our species depends on this mission. Make it count. Chen straightened her uniform. Navigation, plot course to Titan colony. Maximum speed once we clear Earth's defensive perimeter. Course plotted, Captain. Execute. The Defiant slipped away from its hidden lunar dock, accelerating to speeds no human vessel had officially achieved. Within minutes, Earth was a distant blue speck behind them. Entering FTL in 3, 2, 1. The stars blurred as the Defiant leaped into faster-than-light travel, crossing in hours distances that should have taken days. Chen used the journey to familiarize herself with the ship's capabilities, reviewing the classified briefings that detailed weapons systems far beyond what humanity had admitted to possessing. The Concordat doesn't know what we're capable of, she told her senior officers during a briefing. That's our advantage. They expect primitive kinetic weapons and basic shields. They don't know about the quantum disruptors or the adaptive defense systems. What if they adapt too? Asked Chief Engineer Park. They will, Chen acknowledged. But we only need to change the equation long enough to save Titan colony and demonstrate that humanity isn't the easy target they assumed. Dropping out of FTL in 10 seconds, announced Navigator Lin, her fingers dancing across the advanced controls. Sensors are detecting heavy weapons fire near Titan colony's main settlement. The view screen activated, showing a horrifying scene. 12 Concordat warships systematically bombarding the colony's defensive shield dome, which flickered dangerously with each impact. Tactical analysis, Chen ordered. Santos studied her displays. Colony shields at 17% and failing. Concordat forces are using standard bombardment patterns. They haven't detected us yet. Communications, open a direct channel to the Concordat command vessel. Chen ordered. Channel open. Captain. Chen stood, straightening her uniform. This is Commander Ilara Chen of the Earth Defense Force vessel Defiant. The colony you are attacking is under Earth's protection. Cease fire immediately and withdraw from this system. The view screen shifted to show an alien bridge. The Concordat's primary species, the Verashi, resembled upright reptiles with scaled skin and elongated skulls. The commander's head crest expanded in what humans had learned was amusement. A single human vessel. The alien said through the translation system, "Your species' defiance would be admirable if it weren't so futile. Power down your systems and prepare to be boarded. Perhaps we will show mercy to the colonists if you surrender." Chen cut the transmission. They're deploying fighters. 6 small craft on intercept course. Defensive systems at full capacity, reported Raj. Awaiting your orders, Captain. Chen took a deep breath. 15 years of secret development, decades of hidden technological advancement, all for this moment. Let them fire first, she ordered. The adaptive shields need baseline data on their weapons. The Concordat fighters streaked toward the Defiant energy weapons blazing. The impacts shook the ship, but the damage displays remained steady. Shields holding at 95%, Raj reported, unable to hide his surprise. The adaptive algorithms are analyzing their weapon signatures. And, Captain, the shields are strengthening. Return fire, Chen ordered. Quantum disruptors, minimal power. Target their propulsion systems only. Santos activated the primary weapon system, technology that, according to Earth's official capabilities, should have been centuries beyond human development. Beams of coherent energy lanced out, connecting with the Concordat fighters. There was no explosion, no dramatic destruction. The alien vessels simply went dark, drifting powerless. The bridge crew stared in amazement. All 6 targets neutralized, Santos reported. Their systems are completely offline, but life support appears functional. Chen allowed herself a small smile. Now for the main fleet. Navigation, bring us between the Concordat warships and the colony. The Defiant moved with grace that belied its size, positioning itself protectively before the failing colony shields. Open channel to the Concordat command ship. Chen ordered. The Virashi commander appeared again, its expression now unreadable to human eyes. That was a demonstration, Chen said calmly. We disabled your fighters without destroying them. Your crews are unharmed. Now I will make my offer once more. Withdraw from this system immediately, or face consequences beyond your understanding. The alien commander hissed something that the translation system didn't catch. You cannot possess such technology, it finally said. Humans are a primitive species. Our intelligence is flawed, Chen finished. Deliberately so. What you've seen is only a fraction of our capability. You have 30 minutes to begin withdrawal. As the transmission ended, Raj moved to stand beside Chen. Will they retreat? Chen watched the tactical display where the Concordat warships remained in attack formation. No, she said quietly, but now they're uncertain. And fear changes everything. The Concordat forces regrouped, 12 warships forming a semicircle facing the Defiant. They're powering weapons, Santos reported. All ships simultaneously. Chen nodded, having expected this response. Defensive posture. Shields at maximum. Prepare quantum disruptors for full-spectrum deployment. The Concordat opened fire, a barrage of energy weapons striking the Defiant from multiple angles. The ship trembled but held firm. Shields at 120% capacity, Raj announced with growing confidence. The adaptive systems are working better than predicted, using their own energy against them. Return fire, Chen ordered. Full power, primary targets only. The Defiant's weapon systems activated, unleashing technology that Earth had developed in isolation, hidden from alien observation. The quantum disruptors didn't just disable their targets, they temporarily phased the Concordat vessels out of normal spacetime, rendering them effectively non-existent for several critical seconds. When the warships reappeared, their systems were in chaos. 5 Concordat vessels completely disabled, Santos reported. The others are experiencing catastrophic systems failures. Open a channel to all remaining Concordat ships, Chen ordered. This time, a different Virashi appeared on screen, its scales pale with what Chen recognized as shock. This was not a fight you could win, Chen said calmly. Not because humans are inherently superior, but because you fundamentally misjudged us. When humanity realized we weren't alone in the universe, we prepared for the worst while hoping for the best. The Defiant represents that preparation. She leaned forward. Withdraw from all human colonies immediately. Return to your command and deliver this message. Humanity is not your prey. We will defend what is ours. Any further aggression will be met with technologies that make what you've witnessed today seem primitive by comparison. The Concordat ships that could still maneuver began a hasty retreat, leaving their disabled companions behind. Should we pursue? Raj asked. Chen shook her head. No. The message has been delivered. Tactical. Maintain weapons lock on all retreating vessels until they're out of range. Communications. Contact Titan colony. Let them know the siege is broken. As the adrenaline of battle faded, Chen realized what they had accomplished. For the first time since first contact, humanity had not just survived an encounter with the Concordat. They had won decisively. Captain. Communications Officer Dias called out, I'm receiving transmissions from the colony. They're broadcasting images of our arrival planet-wide. They're calling it the miracle of Titan. Chen looked at the view screen, now showing the colony's main settlement. Despite the damage from the bombardment, people had emerged from shelters, staring up at the sky where the Defiant now held position. It's not a miracle, Chen said quietly. It's humanity finally revealing what we're truly capable of. And this is just the beginning. The turning tide. The grand strategy chamber aboard the Virashi flagship, Indomitable, buzzed with agitation as High Commander Zexar reviewed the footage from Titan colony for the 12th time. The human vessel, this Defiant, had neutralized 7 warships and damaged 5 others without sustaining meaningful damage. Impossible, muttered Supreme Strategist Kirival. her scaled fingers tracing the trajectory of the human weapons. Their technological profile indicated nothing of this capability. Because they hid it, Zexar replied, his voice tight with rage. While we negotiated, while we studied their primitive space stations and crude colony ships, they were concealing their true development. The chamber fell silent as the holographic display showed the Defiant's quantum disruptors in action again. The Concordat prided itself on understanding all known weapons technologies in the galaxy, yet this was something entirely new. The Council demands answers, Zexar continued. How did a species we cataloged as minimal threat develop technology that rivals our most advanced systems? Kirvol's head crest flattened in submission. High Commander, we may have overlooked a crucial factor in human development. Unlike other species we've encountered, humans evolved in isolation, constantly fighting amongst themselves. Their technological progress wasn't guided by outside influence. It was driven by competition and conflict. And now that aggression is directed at us, Zexar concluded. Assemble the primary battle fleet. This human vessel may have surprised us once, but it is still just one ship. We will crush this resistance and then extract the truth about their hidden technologies. By force, if necessary. Meanwhile, aboard the Defiant, Commander Chen studied the damage reports with satisfaction. The ship had performed beyond expectations, its adaptive shields actually growing stronger under the Concordat's attack. We've received new orders from Admiral Harrison, Raj announced, approaching with a secure data tablet. Intelligence has confirmed the Concordat is mobilizing its main battle fleet. They're not retreating. They're escalating. Chen had expected nothing less. The demonstration at Titan was just the first step. Now we need to show them this wasn't a one-time miracle. There's more, Raj said, his expression grim. We've received a distress signal from our research outpost in the Epsilon Eridani system. It was supposed to be hidden, but the Concordat found it 3 days ago. They've taken prisoners, including Dr. Sanchez and her quantum physics team. Chen's blood ran cold. Dr. Sanchez was the lead scientist behind the Defiant's revolutionary propulsion system. If the Concordat extracted that knowledge, set course for Epsilon Eridani, maximum speed, she ordered. How many enemy vessels? Just one, according to the automated distress beacon. A prison transport, heavily armed, but not a dedicated warship. Chen nodded. They don't know what they have. We need to keep it that way. The Defiant dropped out of FTL at the edge of the Epsilon Eridani system, sensors immediately detecting the Concordat prison transport in orbit around a small rocky moon. They've modified their scanning frequencies, Santos reported. They're actively searching for our shield harmonics from the Titan engagement. They're adapting, Chen noted. As expected. Tactical, reconfigure our shields to a rotating frequency pattern. Let's stay ahead of their analysis. The Defiant approached cautiously, remaining in the shadow of a gas giant to mask its signature. Life signs aboard the transport, Chen asked. 27 humans, presumably prisoners, Diaz reported. Over 100 Concordat personnel. Chen considered their options. A direct assault risked the prisoners, but stealth extraction would be challenging against the Concordat's advanced sensors. New contact. Santos suddenly called out. Concordat battlecruiser dropping out of FTL. Captain, it's the Indomitable, their flagship. The tactical display updated to show a massive vessel entering the system, dwarfing both the prison transport and the Defiant. They set a trap, Chen realized. They're using our people as bait. Orders, Captain. Raj asked, tension evident in his voice. Chen studied the tactical display, mind racing through scenarios. They expect us to either attack directly or retreat. So we'll do neither. Chief Engineer Park, can you modify the quantum disruptors to create a localized phase bubble? Park blinked in surprise. Theoretically, yes. We could create a field that phases a small area out of normal space-time temporarily. But we've never tested it on living beings. Now we will, Chen decided. Communications, send a tight beam message to the research team if possible. Tell them to prepare for extraction. Tactical, configure the disruptors for precision targeting. I want that transport's bridge and engineering sections only. As the crew worked to implement her orders, the Concordat battlecruiser moved into attack position. They've detected us, Santos confirmed. Incoming transmission. The view screen activated to show High Commander's XR, his scales gleaming with ceremonial oils that signified combat readiness. Human vessel, he began. Your technology is impressive but ultimately futile. Surrender now, and your scientists will be treated with respect as they assist the Concordat in understanding your advancements. Chen studied the alien commander carefully. You misunderstand the situation. High Commander, we're not here to fight you. We're here to demonstrate something far more important. And what would that be? That you cannot hold what is ours, Chen replied, signaling Santos to cut the transmission. Now, the Defiance modified quantum disruptors activated, targeting specific sections of the prison transport with surgical precision. Unlike at Titan, where they had merely disabled systems, this time the beams created localized distortions in space-time. Phase bubble establish, Park reported. 30-second window before system overload. Transporter room, energize, Chen ordered. For 20 tense seconds, nothing happened. Then Diaz's console lit up. Transporter room reports success. All 27 human signatures extracted and aboard, including Dr. Sanchez and her team. The Concordat battlecruiser opened fire, its weapons significantly more powerful than those they'd faced at Titan. The Defiant rocked under the impact. Shields at 82% and holding, Raj reported. Their weapons are calibrated to our previous configuration. Set course for Earth, maximum speed, Chen ordered. We have what we came for. As the Defiant prepared to jump to FTL, Dr. Sanchez was escorted to the bridge, her face pale but determined. Commander, she said urgently, we need to talk. What I discovered in that Concordat cell changes everything we thought we knew about their intentions. An hour later, Chen stared at the data Dr. Sanchez had smuggled out of captivity, her mind struggling to process the implications. You're certain about this? She asked the scientist. Sanchez nodded grimly. The Concordat isn't attacking us because they fear our potential or want our resources. They're attacking because they detected quantum energy signatures from our early experiments, signatures that match ancient warnings in their historical records. What warnings? According to files I accessed in their database, the Concordat believes our quantum technology will accidentally open a gateway to something they call the Void, a dimension they claim destroyed an ancient civilization that preceded them. Chen exchanged looks with Raj. That's why they've been so determined to eliminate our colonies. They think we're going to accidentally destroy the galaxy. And here's the irony, Sanchez added. Their historical records are correct about the danger, but their understanding is flawed. I've analyzed their data. The ancient civilization didn't destroy themselves by opening a gateway. They did it by trying to close one that was already naturally occurring. The Concordat has it backwards. Can you prove this to them? Chen asked. With the right equipment and enough time, yes. But they won't listen without leverage. Chen's tactical display chimed with a priority alert from Earth Command. She scanned the message and looked up grimly. Time just ran out. The Concordat main battle fleet has arrived at the edge of our solar system. Over 300 warships. They're demanding Earth's unconditional surrender and the handover of all quantum technology research. Sanchez paled. If they destroy that research, they'll actually increase the risk of the very disaster they're trying to prevent. Chen made her decision. Set course for Earth, emergency protocol. Dr. Sanchez, work with Chief Engineer Park. I need a way to demonstrate your theory conclusively, something the Concordat can't ignore. The Defiant dropped out of FTL at the edge of Earth's solar system, immediately detecting the massive Concordat fleet in a blockade formation. Earth's defense forces, a mere 30 ships, held position around the planet. They haven't engaged yet, Santos reported. They're holding position and repeating their surrender demand. Open a channel to Admiral Harrison, Chen ordered. Harrison's face appeared on screen, tense but composed. Good timing, Commander. The Security Council is divided on whether to surrender our research. Sir, we have critical new information, Chen replied, explaining Dr. Sanchez's discovery about the Concordat's true motivations. They're not conquerors. They're trying to prevent what they believe is an apocalyptic threat. And are they wrong? Harrison asked bluntly. Yes and no, Chen answered. The threat they fear is real, but their solution would make it worse. Dr. Sanchez has developed a way to prove this, but we need to get the Concordat to listen. Harrison considered this. They've given us 12 hours to surrender. Make it count, Commander. High Commander Zexar was reviewing final attack plans when his tactical officer reported an unexpected development. The human vessel from Titan has returned, the officer announced. It's broadcasting on all frequencies, a mathematical proof of some kind. Ignore it, Zexar ordered. Prepare the fleet for... High Commander, interrupted the science officer, her scales paling. This transmission. It contains equations that directly reference the ancestral warnings. They're demonstrating knowledge of the void that even we don't possess. For the first time in his long career, Zexar hesitated. The ancestral warnings were the Concordat's most sacred texts, the foundation of their mission to preserve galactic stability. Put it on screen, he finally ordered. The display filled with complex quantum equations, followed by a human face, not the military commander from before, but an older female with the bearing of a scientist. I am Dr. Elena Sanchez, quantum physicist of Earth, she began. We understand why you fear our research. We've detected the same quantum anomalies your ancestors recorded, but your approach is dangerously misguided. She displayed a simulation showing how the Concordat's proposed solution, destroying all quantum technology, would actually accelerate the very disaster they feared. Your ancestors correctly identified the threat but misunderstood the cause, Sanchez continued. We can prove this. Allow me to demonstrate a controlled quantum stabilization field, the very technology you've been trying to eliminate. Zexar studied the equations, his scientific training warring with generations of doctrine. Prepare my shuttle, he finally ordered. I will see this demonstration myself. Commander Chen stood tensely in the Defiance conference room as High Commander Zexar entered, flanked by armed guards and scientific advisors. The alien commander seemed larger in person, his scaled form towering over even the tallest humans present. You claim our entire understanding of the ancient threat is flawed, Zexar said without preamble. Prove it. Dr. Sanchez activated a holographic display showing a miniature quantum field generator. This device creates a controlled rupture in space-time, similar to what your ancestors detected before the ancient civilization's destruction. The Concordat scientists moved forward, scanning equipment in hand. The rupture is genuine, one confirmed reluctantly. Now watch, Sanchez continued, activating a second device, the core technology behind the Defiance weapon systems. This is what we call a quantum stabilization field. Rather than trying to close the rupture forcefully, which is what your historical records show the ancients attempted, it gently realigns the quantum state to its natural configuration. The miniature rupture pulsed, flickered, and then smoothly closed without disturbance. Your ancestors were right about the danger, Sanchez explained, but wrong about the solution. Attempting to destroy quantum technology won't prevent the natural ruptures that occur throughout space. Only stabilization technology, what we've been developing, can safely address them. The chamber was silent as Zexar consulted with his scientists, their hushed conversation beyond the translation system's capability. Finally, Zexar turned to Chen. If what you demonstrate is true, then our campaign against humanity has been misguided. Based on incomplete information, Chen offered diplomatically, not malice. The Concordat does not easily admit error, Zexar said stiffly. But we also do not persist in folly when evidence demands reconsideration. He straightened to his full impressive height. I will order our fleet to stand down, pending verification of your claims by our leading scientists. If they confirm your findings, we must reassess our relationship with humanity. 1 month later, Commander Chen stood in Earth's unified council chamber as Admiral Harrison addressed the assembled representatives. The Concordat fleet has withdrawn from all human colonies, Harrison announced. Their High Council has proposed a new treaty, not of subjugation, but of scientific cooperation focused on quantum stabilization technology. Murmurs filled the chamber as the implications sank in. After months of losses and retreat, humanity's position had transformed dramatically. Director Wei approached Chen after the session. The Defiant will be the template for our new defensive fleet. 5 more vessels are already under construction. Chen nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility. And our role moving forward? That's up to you, Commander, Wei said. The Concordat has requested an exchange program. Their scientists aboard our vessels, our experts on theirs. Someone needs to command the first joint mission into deep space, investigating the natural quantum ruptures Dr. Sanchez predicted. Chen considered the proposal. From fighting for survival to exploring the unknown together, it was an extraordinary transformation. I'll need to select a crew, she said. People who can adapt to working alongside those who were our enemies just weeks ago. That's why you're the only choice for this mission, Wei replied. You didn't just win a battle, Chen. You changed the course of human history. As Chen looked out the chamber windows toward the stars, she reflected on how quickly everything had changed. Humanity had entered the galactic community not as conquerors or victims, but as equals, perhaps even saviors. The Defiant had lived up to its name, defying not just enemy weapons but expectations and assumptions. The greatest human strength, Chen realized, wasn't their hidden technology or strategic deception. It was their ability to turn understanding into action, to transform enemies into allies when presented with new information. We'll be ready, she told Wei, already planning the mission in her mind. After all, this is just the beginning.